Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk about now the fact that you work both for a edtech unicorn in Unacademy,
Mm-hmm.
now a fintech unicorn, which is CRED, right? And both of
Mm-hmm.
these companies are widely heralded for bringing a lot of out-of-the-box innovation and
Mm-hmm.
extremely well in their spaces, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if we zoom into what goes on in such high-growth startups and more for insights in terms of how college students can sort of get into this, what
Mm-hmm.
are some things that they need, skills that are needed, and attitudes that are needed, experience that is needed to crack a job in one of these startups?
Got it. So, since you mentioned a new, like, let's say a fresher kind of perspective or someone, not just fresher, actually, this kind of applies for anyone who is looking to crack a job, right? Like, basically, first thing you need to understand is you need to know what you want, right? Like, you can't, like, let's say you can't come to an academy and say, just give me a job, right? What do you want to do there? Like, what kind of role do you want? Do you see you can do there? And uh, then the next question comes is what can you offer for that role, right? That's where all these skill sets come into picture. That's where all these characters, like your persona, comes into picture. And there's the amount of knowledge that you have comes into picture, right? So having that clarity of, once you have that clarity of knowing what you want to do, then the next thing I would say for anyone, fresher or anyone, know about the company completely. Like, go stalk them everywhere, like on all their platforms. And like, generally, if you go, right, like if you see, the founders talk about it a lot. The
Mm.
founders talk about how they look at their company, how they, like, what is their vision, what kind of persona they're building, what kind of people they want in their company. So they talk about it. You need to gather all that hints from multiple pointers. Once you have that, right, you have enough amount of data that you can present to the people who are interviewing you,
Mm.
right? Based on that, you talk to them about, okay, see, this is the kind of role that I want to do. These are my base skill sets that I know. And yes, and like, like a very key important thing in all these high growth startups that they see is you are very quick to learn and unlearn things, right?
Mm.
Like, you pick up a skill, you learn, you do it, and you see it's working, great, you build over it. If it's not working, you need to quickly unlearn it and learn a new skill set,
Mm.
right? That is something you need to have, that hunger, and you need to display that hunger when you talk to them, saying, okay, let's say I know basics of Excel, but you want me to build dashboards, you want me to learn Tableau, you guys are handling data in terms of any other software, I can do that.
Mm.
I can learn it, and I can be on top of it to make what decisions are required. It might, like, you can even given timelines, like I would just need like maybe 1 week or 2 weeks to do that. That
Mm.
should be fine. So, and once they know that you're a smart person and you are interested to learn, then they're okay, fine with it. Because see, you never have the right skill set for any job. You
Mm.
always go there and build on it, right?
Yeah.
So we just, like, even if I'm hiring, right, I just look for the basics. You are basically driven to do something, learn something, and iterate fast. Then
Mm.
great, you come in, I'll teach you what skill sets is required, I'll teach you what tools you require. Like, the company will also give you courses that you want to learn for specific skill sets or whatever it is. That doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So that is important. And the second part is very important, is what is the company's persona and what is your persona, and how do you guys match? That is something you need to mention. Like, you need to bring out when you're in doing the interview, saying this is what resonates between the two of us, like either parties, right? What is the place where we synergize? That is something you need to say, okay, this is the thing, this is how your company's goals look like and how you want to go to the goals, and that's where I align, and that's where we both need to work. Like,
Mm.
so what happens is, you are growing, I am growing too. It shouldn't be like I am grown and I'm just giving you like things to grow.
Mm.
It's always a mutual thing, right? Both of us are benefiting from it, right? And another most important thing, that I've seen is that the connections that you build, right? Like, talking to people within the company, like reaching out on LinkedIn, talking to them, trying to understand. So what happens is, like, you get a better perspective of how the company runs, how, how things work in that particular company. And then you can see if it resonates with you. If it resonates with you, then eventually when you give out the interview, that flows along, saying that this is what kind of resonates and things like that. So that's something I feel, like, the key thing that most of the people look for. It's basically knowing what you want and what can you give, what can you offer. So in what can you offer, you figure out what is the basic skill sets that you need and what is the persona that synergizes with the company. And then everything picks on from there. That's the basic block. From there, you build on.